Yo, what's up everybody, it's Byte, and we're back again with another video. Today we're diving deep into a topic that affects everyone who uses the internet online privacy. Specifically, we're talking about incognito mode, that little feature you probably use when you don't want your browsing history to be seen. You know, like when you're searching for that perfect gift or maybe checking out that new tech gadget you've had your eye on. But here's the thing, incognito mode doesn't make you invisible. It doesn't magically cloak your online activity and make you untraceable. In fact, it might be giving you a false sense of security. So in this video, we're breaking down the myths surrounding incognito mode. We'll explore what it actually does, what it doesn't do, and most importantly, how you can truly protect your privacy online. Let's get into it. Alright, let's start by understanding what incognito mode, or private browsing as it's sometimes called, actually does. Many people think it makes them completely invisible online, but that's not entirely true. Essentially, it's like a temporary clean slate for your browser. When you open an incognito window, your browser acts like you're starting fresh. It won't save your browsing history, cookies, or site data from that session. This means that once you close the window, it's as if your browsing never happened. No history, no cookies, no saved site data. It's like a reset button for your browsing session. It won't save your browsing history, cookies, or site data from that session. This can be particularly useful in various scenarios. Think of it like this. Imagine you're borrowing a friend's laptop. You wouldn't want them to see your browsing history, right? So you use incognito mode. You wouldn't want them to see your browsing history, right? This is where incognito mode comes in handy. It ensures that your browsing activities remain private, at least from the person who owns the device. So you use incognito mode. It's like you were never there. Your friend won't see what sites you visited or what you searched for. It's like you were never there. Your friend won't see what sites you visited or what you searched for. This can be particularly useful in various scenarios. Your friend won't see what sites you visited or what you searched for. Now this is handy for a few things. Let's say you're logging into your email on a public computer. Using incognito mode means your login details won't be saved, adding an extra layer of security. Using incognito mode means your login details won't be saved, adding an extra layer of security. Or maybe you're shopping for a surprise gift for someone who uses the same computer. Incognito mode prevents your browsing history from spilling the beans. It also helps with those pesky targeted ads. Ever notice how after searching for something specific, you start seeing ads for it everywhere? That's because websites use cookies to track your browsing habits. Incognito mode usually blocks these cookies, so your online activity isn't as easily tracked for advertising purposes. But, and this is a big but, this doesn't mean you're completely anonymous. Incognito mode isn't some magical privacy shield. It's more like drawing the curtains in your house. You might not be visible from the street, but that doesn't mean no one can see you. Your internet service provider, your employer, or the websites you visit can still track your activity. Here's where the incognito illusion starts to fade. Many people believe that using incognito mode is like donning an invisibility cloak, making them completely anonymous online. But the reality is far from that. Incognito mode primarily prevents your browser from saving your browsing history, cookies, and form data. It doesn't make you invisible to everyone. While it might seem like you're browsing in secret, there are key players who can still see what you're up to. These players include your internet service provider, your employer, and even the websites you visit. They have the tools and the authority to monitor your online activities. First up, your internet service provider, ISP. They're like the gatekeepers of your internet connection, and they can see every website you visit, incognito mode or not. ISPs have access to your entire browsing history because all your internet traffic passes through their servers. They can log this data and even sell it to advertisers or other third parties. Think of it like this. You're sending a postcard. You might write your message in invisible ink, but the postman can still see where it's going. Similarly, your ISP can see the destination of your internet traffic, even if the content is hidden. Then there's your employer or school if you're using their network. They can often monitor your online activity, even in incognito mode. Many organizations use network monitoring tools to keep an eye on their employees or students' internet usage. This is done to ensure productivity and to prevent any misuse of the network. It's their network, their rules, unfortunately. They have the right to monitor and control what happens on their network, and incognito mode doesn't provide any protection against this. And let's not forget about the websites themselves. Just because you're in incognito mode doesn't mean they can't see you. They still get your IP address, which is like your digital fingerprint. Your IP address can reveal your approximate location and can be used to track your online activities, and with that, they can potentially track your browsing habits across different sites. Websites use tracking cookies and other technologies to follow you around the web, building a profile of your interests and behaviors. Even Google, the king of data collection, can still track you if you're logged into your Google account, even while browsing in incognito mode. Google services like Gmail, YouTube, and Google Search can still collect data about your activities. They might not add it to your browsing history, but the data is still being collected. This data can be used to personalize ads, improve services, and for other purposes outlined in their privacy policy. So, while incognito mode might give you a sense of privacy from people who use the same device, it's not true anonymity. It simply prevents your browsing history from being saved on the device. But it doesn't hide your activities from the outside world. It's like whispering a secret in a crowded room. You might think you're being discreet, but someone's always listening. To achieve true online anonymity, you would need to use more advanced tools like VPNs, Tor, and other privacy-focused technologies. Chapter 3. Level up your privacy, how to browse safely. Now don't get me wrong, incognito mode isn't completely useless. It has its uses, like those quick scenarios we talked about earlier. But if you're serious about online privacy, you need to step up your game. The good news is, there are tools and techniques you can use to browse more securely. Let's break them down. First up, let's talk VPNs. A VPN, or virtual private network, is like a secret tunnel for your internet traffic. It encrypts your data and routes it through a server in a different location, masking your IP address from websites and even your ISP. It's like sending that postcard we talked about earlier, but this time, it's in an unbreakable safe. There are tons of VPN services out there, both free and paid. Do your research, read reviews, and choose one that fits your needs and budget. Next, consider switching to a privacy-focused browser. Browsers like Brave or Tor are designed with privacy in mind. They block trackers, cookies, and ads by default, making it much harder for websites to follow your digital trail. You can also adjust your browser settings to enhance your privacy. Most browsers have options to disable third-party cookies, limit tracking, and clear your browsing data regularly. It takes a little digging, but it's worth it. And when it comes to search engines, Google isn't your only option. DuckDuckGo is a privacy-focused search engine that doesn't track your searches or collect your data. It's like searching the web without leaving a trace. Remember, true online privacy is an ongoing process. It's about being aware of the data you're sharing, understanding the limitations of tools like incognito mode, and taking proactive steps to protect your digital footprint. Another crucial step is using a password manager. Password managers help you create and store strong, unique passwords for all your accounts. And don't forget about two-factor authentication. Two-factor authentication adds an extra layer of security by requiring a second form of verification, like a code sent to your phone. Keeping your software up to date is also essential. Software updates often include security patches that protect you from the latest threats. Lastly, consider using secure messaging apps. Apps like Signal and WhatsApp offer end-to-end encryption, ensuring that only you and the person you're communicating with can read the messages. By combining these tools and practices, you can significantly enhance your online privacy and security. Remember, it's all about being proactive and staying informed. Your online privacy is in your hands. So there you have it, the truth about incognito mode. It's not the privacy shield many believe it to be. But, with the right tools and knowledge, you can take control of your online privacy and browse with confidence. Remember, it's all about making informed choices and using the tools available to you, because in the end, your privacy is worth protecting. If you found this video helpful, Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more tech deep dives, and don't forget to share this video with your friends. Let's spread the word about online privacy. Now you know the truth. Incognito mode isn't real privacy, but with the right tools, you can browse safely. If this video helped, hit like, subscribe, and share for more cybersecurity tips.